What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Endzone, brought to you by Gym Bag Entertainment, show about football by guys who love football. I'm your host, Craig, my co-host.
Ace, your boy Ace.
And we're here for another week. We got preseason going on now, and it's great to see games for real. You know, I've been loving it. I know you've been loving it. Even just watching highlight reels has been great. So with that being said, we want to jump right into the injury report. We got a lot of guys that are going to be out for a little bit. On top of the list for me is Anthony Miller from the Chicago Bears with an ankle injury. I think he's going to miss the rest of the preseason. What do you think that means for the Bears?
It doesn't really mean much because the Bears are so loaded that they should be all right. But, you know, it's preseason, so as long as he gets back and get ready for the regular season, I think it'll be okay. Yeah. But don't let it go too far down the line.
Exactly. Well, he is number 2, so we definitely want that recovery because I think after that is Tyler Gabriel, if he's still on the team. So, all right, with that, going into the next, Theo Riddick signs with the Denver Broncos. I think actually we have to retract. We said the Saints. I said the Saints, and actually is the Denver Broncos. But he has a shoulder injury, out 6 to 8 weeks. That kind of sucks to sign a player like that and get injured.
But that's the thing about signing these players. You don't know what they're getting. You don't know what you're getting until they get there. And we talked about him a lot on what teams that we think that would be the best fit for him. And then now he gets to a team, and now he's injured for 6 to 8 weeks. So it's kind of like...
Yeah. So he's definitely going to miss at least 2 to 4 games of regular season. Yep. My question is, do the Broncos keep him or do they waive him?
Who knows? It's a business.
I think you get a player that gets that type of injury, going to be out that much time. I mean, maybe they're paying him enough to keep him. You know, maybe they're paying him enough money that they can keep him. But I feel like the Denver Broncos might end up moving on.
But the shoulder injury is always tough, especially when you're running the ball.
Running back,
Yeah, so
it's a tough situation. Guess we'll see. We'll keep you updated on Theo Riddick. Next on the list, we have 2 suspensions. Morris Claiborne and Antonio Callaway, both suspended for 4 games for substance abuse policies. I can't believe this still happens. I understand you want to do what you want to do, but you know, it's a business at the end of the day. Who do you think is the bigger? Which team thinks is going to be missing their player the most?
That's tough.
It is tough. I was thinking about it. It's a hard one.
That's tough. I've always been a Claiborne fan, so I'll go with him.
Yeah. I mean, he's a really good corner. I think that's going to be a tough loss. Antonio Callaway is a nice deep threat, but with a team that can replace him as easily as putting in what's his name? Why can't I say his name right now? The third wide receiver. It's like something. I don't know what his name is. Whatever. But they have guys that they can plug in. With Morris Claiborne, I think he's kind of a leader of the pack. So. It's a tough loss. Next on the list, I think this is actually a bad hit for Detroit. They just lost Jermaine Kearse to a broken leg. And where your number 3 wide receiver is Danny Amendola, Jermaine Kearse would have been a nice change of pace.
It would have. I actually saw that play live, and it was, like, disgusting. Like, he broke his leg within the first 5 plays of the game.
Yeah.
You never wish that on nobody. It's going to be a while to recover from that.
Can he, career-wise, not physicality-wise, career-wise, is that something he can recover from? He's already late
personally, that could have forced him to retire because he's already late, like you was about to say. He's already late in his career. He's an older guy. Really don't have much more to prove, so it's like he did his time in the league.
Hot top of the pile, you know?
Yeah.
So to come back from an injury like that and get any type of a contract seems maybe far-fetched.
I think he made his money already. Yeah.
So, hey, maybe we've seen the last of Jermaine Kearse. Maybe we see a crazy comeback. I mean, because I thought that, what's his name, Tyler Lockett, I thought his broken leg was pretty significant, and he had the best season of his career to follow it up. So,
but it's like all people heal differently, so you can't, you know, put that Tyler Lockett to what happened to Jermaine Kearse because it's completely different players.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens with that. We follow it up with good news. I mean, not good news. Nick Bosa.
Good news.
Nick Bosa's ankle injury has been ailing him longer and longer. I don't know if it's karma, but it could be. But this definitely hurts the 49ers with their #2 overall pick. What do you think?
Well, what I personally think is I told you from day one that he was no good. So
you did say that.
It doesn't change anything how I feel about him, you know. It's like
he's been given a lot of, like, maybe overrated.
I told you that.
Yeah.
And you shot me down like, no, he's going to be real deal. I was like, no, this guy's overrated. Like, he didn't do too much.
Everything I know.
Yeah, he didn't do too much to prove anything to me personally in college. And then he goes in the NFL and haven't really touched the field. So what do you think? You're going to put him out there? He should be held up by week 2, week 3, put him out there, then what? You know? I think he's just far behind because that game speed's different.
Yeah.
At least you could have got like a preseason game or 2 under your belt, and then you would have been okay when it came to regular season. But now you're just getting thrown out there with the Wolves. So who knows what's going to happen with you when you get thrown out there?
I agree. I think it's absolutely. I think, you know, I'm one of those people who believe that the NFL should eliminate 2 preseason games and go to an 18-game season. But I do think you need preseason games. You got to get these guys warm. They gotta get a feel for what it's going to be like to be out there against the highest level of competition. And I don't
just think about it. These guys is getting hurt. He got hurt at practice, or it could have been he already had this injury lingering beforehand because he haven't really been out there.
No.
So you can't really blame preseason over his injury because
because he hasn't played.
He hasn't played. He hasn't practiced. So who's to say? You know.
Exactly. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated on Nick Bosa. Looks like it's possibly going to be, career ender, hopefully. And then finally on the injury report, we have Amari Cooper, who his heel still has a heel injury. They're saying it's not serious. They're saying that they're just going to take it slow because they don't want to increase the injury factor. I think that's a smart move. What do you think?
I think it's a smart move if they're saying what it is because he's been out for 6 practices in a row. So, you know, it's like when you're playing in the NFL, you have top-of-the-line trainers. They can get you back from a heel. So that heel must really be hurting him. Yeah. For the simple fact is he's been out this long.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, and so you don't really. I think they're kind of downplaying the situation because all the other things that's going on in Dallas. But at the end of the day, who knows? Who knows? You know, that's a big question mark right now.
Well, we'll see what happens if he gets to play in preseason. I feel like they're going to hold him out from preseason and wait till the regular season, but we'll see what happens with that. So more news on Amari Cooper as the situation progresses. Finally on the report, non-injury is Golden Tate loses his appeal and is going to uphold his 4-game suspension. What's that mean for the Giants?
It means what we said 2-3 weeks ago when we knew what was going to happen.
No wins.
No wins. And, like it's crazy because we talked about it, and then he tried to make the situation better, saying he was doing it to have kids. Yeah. I told you straight up, they ain't going for that. They ain't going for it. You know, he's going to get suspended. And it's just, for the Giants, it should just be a relief for them that they know how long he's going to be out now. And he's going to be out. And they can prepare for it. And they can prepare for it. But other than that, it's no news to our ears because at the end of the day, we both said what was going to happen. We knew he was going to be out. We knew he was going to get suspended. Then they had you a little bit. They had you. I was going to say they had you a little skeptical when they was like, "Oh well, he's just doing that to have kids," and I was like, "Nah, they're not going for it because too many people is getting caught up nowadays with that." So it's like,
they can't let anything go because then people are just going to be trying to find the loophole to do things. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm not upset because it's the Giants, and we always want to see the Giants lose. We are not impartial when it comes to that. At least I'm not. All right, now moving on to, I think, the craziest, most ridiculous news of the week. Dak Prescott gets his offer from the Dallas Cowboys of $30 million a year. And what does he say? He says, no, I want 40. He doesn't want the Brinks truck. He wants the Federal Reserve. Deliver the Federal Reserve to me and I will sign. And I don't know what you think, but I think that this is the most ridiculous thing he's done. He is not worth $30 million. So I know he's saying $40 million to get more than 30, but you're not even worth 30, bro.
Nah.
What do you think?
like I've been telling you this whole time, if anybody should get paid off that team, it should be Zeke.
100%.
So to see this man walk away from 30 mil, it was like shocking to me because Russell Wilson, $35 million a year. Big Ben, $34 million a year. Aaron Rodgers, $33.5 million a year. And Wentz, $32 million a year. Matt Ryan, $30 million a year. All these guys is high-level quarterbacks that's way better than you. So what make you think you deserve their money?
They've all been to Super Bowls. You know, maybe not all of them have won, but they've been there.
They've been there.
Like, how far have you gone?
You're just winning a playoff game.
Yeah, like, definitely not making sense. And to be honest with you, in my opinion, I'd pay Zeke and Cooper first.
Well, I wouldn't say Cooper before Dak, and the only reason why I'm not saying that is because without Dak, there's no Zeke, and vice versa, because they feed off each other. You know,
this is true.
They're the ones who started the Cowboys and got them going. Cooper just came into the mix. You get what I'm saying? So you want to pay these guys who's been here with you and helped you get over that.
If their price tag is reasonable, you gave him way more than he deserves.
Absolutely.
And he said no. To me, that's a slap in the face, and to me, that's saying, you know what, we can move on from you, bro.
We already established that he wasn't top 10 quarterback in the league. So what make you think he should get top 1 money?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Not at all. And like I said, I know he's doing it because he wants to get more than 30, but like you're not, like there's nothing that you can show me that says Dak's worth $30 million a year. Nothing.
There's not one team out there that will pay him $30 million a year.
Not one. Not one.
You know?
And I feel like there's maybe a quarterback out there that's maybe undervalued that Dallas can say, hey, listen, yeah, I know that there's a lot of chemistry between Zeke and Dak, but I'm pretty sure this guy can come in and get that chemistry going.
But the difference with that is, say if Dak goes to a different team, we won't even hear about him again. He'll be a journeyman in 2 to 3 years. Say if Zeke goes to a different team, he's going to make that team better.
Correct.
He's going to make that quarterback better.
That's why.
And that's the difference in why I feel that Zeke should get paid and Dak shouldn't.
Exactly.
Getting crazy money because running backs is a dime a dozen. Zeke is top 2, top 3 running back in the league, and maybe the best running back in the league. It all depends on what you like and on what you feel. And I just feel as though Dak should have took that money, but to see him walk away from that, that just shows you that Dallas is in a lot of turmoil right now. That team ain't gonna be right this year.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because now it's all about greed.
Yes.
And now this team's thinking that their heads are getting big. And
it's not that they're getting big. They're actually challenging Jerry Jones as an owner. That's what these young guys is doing. It's like, Jerry, yes, this is your team, but you need us more than we need you. So you got to pay us. Jerry wants a low ball and be in the mix and want to be on social media doing this, doing that.
Is not low ball.
Not for him. But again, we already established he's not even looking at Zeke right now, who's your best player. I'm not talking about Dak. Dak should have took that deal, been happy.
He should have been walking out the office like, I signed.
Yeah.
I signed.
Yeah. But I'm talking as far as Zeke, as in like, what do you think he's going to want? If Dak wants 40, what do you think Zeke's going to want after that?
They're not going to be able to afford their team.
They're not.
They're not going to be able to afford their team. They got to set the right precedent right now and be like, listen, Dak, we offered you the 30. We're not budging from there. So, either sign the deal or take your walking papers.
Think about it like this. Dak wants $40 million. His mind's all the way mixed because they ain't giving him that $40 million. So who knows how he's going to go out there and play. Amari Cooper, we don't know if that heel injury's hurting him or not. We don't know, question mark.
Yeah.
Zeke's still in Cabo, Mexico partying, question mark. So it's kind of like these teams in their best positions that we felt that was their best positions, they got question marks in all those positions now. And, like, as a teammate, and you're getting millions of dollars and all of them making millions, you can say and be like, oh, this dude's being selfish. Nah, I don't want to play with him. You get what I'm saying? Like, that could be the status in the locker room, like, and that changes the way you play. That changes the way your friendship is. That changes your whole bond off of things like that, So who's to say which way this is going to go? But I think it's going down the wrong path than the right path.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So I guess we're going to see how this turns out. I can't see that. I agree. I kind of agree with you. I can't see this ending well for the Cowboys as a collective whole.
They're gonna lose somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe one, maybe two. 2 out of 3.
It's gonna be tough.
1 out of 3.
I don't know what they do at this late in the season if you don't sign Dak. Where do you turn right from there? Do you try to? I feel like the one player the first player that pops in my head is they try and trade for Tyrod Taylor. And not that I'm saying Tyrod Taylor is worthy of the position, but behind that offensive line, I think he could probably succeed. I just don't know what they do if they lose Dak.
But who are you going to succeed with?
That's what I'm saying. But the first person that pops in my head is Tyrod Taylor because there's similarities in their abilities. You know, obviously Dak being a lot better, but they have similarities.
And Dak is okay, but he's not that high quality to get that much money. So that's why I was more so shocked. But again, going back to my guy Zeke sat there and watched Bell sit out a whole season.
Yeah.
And then
Zeke
he got
has the
paid.
leg to stand
you get
on.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got paid.
Zeke has
for
the leg to
Zeke
stand
is
on.
like, I just watched a guy do this last year, and he got what? What Bell get, like 40?
Well, he technically got the same exact contract he was offered from the Steelers. He just didn't want to play with the Steelers. He got $14.5 million a year.
And overall, it's like
I forgot.
Well, all his things is like
I think it's like $65 million or something like that. Yeah. He got
everything
his money.
included is different when you have all those incentives in the deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he got $65 million. Let's say $60 million with incentives. If I'm Zeke, I'm like, I was doing this too. You get what I'm saying?
He's better. He is better. I think.
I don't know.
He doesn't have the same patience as Bell, but I think he is a better back.
I wouldn't say that yet.
Yeah.
I gotta just see how Bell does this year before I jump over that bridge.
I think we've kind of forgotten what he's capable of.
He forgot what he was doing. Yeah.
All right. Let's run into the recap of last week. So we had some games. We picked. First game we had New England versus Detroit, and we all know how that went. Slaughterhouse, baby. You know what? I was a little upset that he got hurt early, but N'Keal Harry was looking good. He made those three really good catches in that game.
He did.
I was impressed by that. I was also impressed by Jamie Collins. You know, he was getting in there, getting at the ball. But
you can talk your Patriots.
Yeah.
We can go to the
I can go. I can go through the Patriots all day. You know what? And I also like Stidham. You know, he was looking real sharp. And he could move with the ball in his hands. So I was really happy about that game. I liked the way it went down. It was complete shutdown football there. Redskins and the Browns. That was another dominating game. I think we did pick some really good, exciting games to go with. But the Browns dominated. Great kickback, interceptions. It was an all-around.
I was kind of disappointed in the Redskins, though.
Were you disappointed? Because I mean. Did you really expect more from a team that has nothing?
I thought it would be a better game. They lost on all phases of football.
Every phase.
They didn't win one phase. Not special teams, not defense, not offense.
Nothing.
So that's why I was like more disappointed because they lost on all phases of the game. When
you don't have a team of, if you don't have any quality on your team, then I feel like how can what. Like
it's the NFL, bro. You gotta have some type of, you know what I mean?
They have done. I feel like the Redskins are taking this season to get #1 overall again.
Yeah, look like they're going on the tank.
Yeah, they're going to the tank. They're gonna either draft either the best running back or the best defensive lineman or the best. Like they're just going for that #1 pick. There's no rhyme or reason for this team to not have picks. There's still players out there that they can grab. There's trades that they can make. They're not trying to win this season. And Dwayne Haskins was not I have to.
We'll get to him later.
Yeah. Man. All right, now we have the Texans versus the Green Bay Packers. I saw this game, but I didn't see the end. Who won this one? I didn't watch it to the end.
Texans.
Texans won?
Yeah.
They were playing really well, but I thought it was a pretty good back and forth game.
Yeah, I didn't see that game myself.
Yeah. So Texans won. I know that Watson had a really good drive. You know, the one time he
was in there, he drove the ball down the field. It wasn't nothing too crazy.
And I don't know why I missed this game, But I missed the Vikings
Actually,
versus
no.
the Saints. Oh,
Green Bay won 28-26.
Oh wow! So it was a really good back.
They came back at the end.
I know I saw a lot of flashes of greatness in this game, but I did not watch it through the end. Same thing with the Vikings and the Saints. I only saw parts of this game. Who won that one?
Vikings won 34-25.
Wow,
that was a good game.
That was a good game.
Yeah, they was going at it.
Yeah, I have that.
The backup
game
from the Saints
pass.
was going crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
Who was it? Was it Tyson?
Black dude.
Oh, so it wasn't Hill from the Saints. You said, right?
Yeah.
Because they have that dude Hill who like Tatum Hill or Ty.
I think that's him.
He's white.
Oh no. The other kid that they be.
Oh, Teddy Bridgewater.
No, not Bridgewater.
They didn't even play Bridgewater?
He got some burn, but it was another kid that did okay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Deshaun Kaiser for Green Bay. That was the Vikings. I don't even know I don't know who the dude from the Vikings was, but I don't think he looked good. I remember the guy number 8. He didn't look good.
They put up 34 points.
They did put up 34. So we'll see. And then Bucks versus Pittsburgh. The Bucks did win that game, right?
Nope.
They lost?
They lost 30-28.
I didn't
because Pittsburgh's backup was going crazy too.
Was he?
He's black
Jones.
too.
Is it Jones?
Jones, yeah, black guy, yeah.
Yeah, they were. That I didn't watch that game. But the Giants versus the Jets, I think that was a shock to see that the Giants beat the Jets. How'd they let that happen?
Well, Jets came down first drive and scored, and then there was like a fumble that happened, and they returned it for a touchdown, I want to say. And then from there, everything else went downhill. Yeah. Daniel
Jones played well, so that was a good game for them. So that was our recap of the games we thought were exciting. If you thought that we picked the correct games, let us know. If not, tell us what games you thought were better. Next on the list, what I think was a really good trade that was made. Duke Johnson traded to the Texans. Texans get, I believe, a 5th-round pick in 2020. Was it a 5th round?
Yeah,
I think it was a 5th-round pick. Yeah. This is one of those trades I think everybody benefited.
Yes.
You know, Browns get rid of a player that doesn't want to be there. They get a decent draft pick for him. Texans get a running back who can catch out of the backfield, and they didn't have to give up too much to get him.
I think it's like you said. I think that's a great win-win because look at Browns still got Chubb. And they still got Hunt
and they got the rookie.
And the rookie. And then you go over there to Houston. Houston got Miller. But Miller's not really a guy who's going to catch the ball out the backfield.
Correct.
He's more ground and pound right at you. So first, second down, you let him pound you. Third down, you got Duke Johnson coming out the backfield catching passes. And he's
Duke
versatile.
Johnson's one of the best at catching passes out of the backfield. You know,
yeah.
I think that this is going to really help out Deshaun Watson big time. I think you're going to see.
For third downs, for sure, he could just dump it.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, especially like for you guys who play fantasy football, Duke Johnson is going to be a great late-round pickup because I think he's going to do big things on that team. I don't think we have to say too much more about that. That every team, both teams, and the players win from this particular trade. All right. So now we have our top 5 games of the week. I think we maybe just go back and forth. I'll start off. I think Philly versus Jacksonville is going to be a dynamic game. First of all, you have Nick Foles going up against his former team, and if he, whatever, he's going to at least get one drive. Have a completely revamped Jacksonville versus a high-powered offense in Philly. I think that'll be a great game.
I put a game to watch, Falcons versus Jets. Only reason why I put that game because Falcons 0-2, Jets 0-1. Someone's destined for a win. It should be a good quality game. Yeah. And see what happens.
Man,
Falcons going on their 3rd preseason game, so more players will start playing. And
exactly.
Just to see.
Exactly. Now, are they going to play 5? Because like the Hall of Fame game was like before.
Yeah. So they play. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because there's 4 weeks of preseason and they play.
I'm not sure if they were going to play 4 and have a bye week the 5th week or something like that. But I'm not sure if they play 5 or 4.
Okay. All right, so that should be a good game. I went with Green Bay and Baltimore for my second game. Once again, I want to see Lamar Jackson a little bit more. I want to see something from Mark Ingram and Green Bay. You know, I just think this could be one of those really high-level. I think this would be a defensive game.
Yeah, I went with Bears versus the Giants. I had Bears as my upset of the week last week, losing to Carolina. They lost, and I just want to see what Daniel Jones is going to do versus a better defense. After the stats that he put up last week, I want to see what he does this week versus a high-quality defense.
Nice. All right, and then I have Cleveland versus Indy. This could be an absolute offensive battle. Even with the backups, I think this game they might let Baker and Luck. Oh no, Luck might not even. Luck won't play, so it'll be Jacoby Brissett.
Luck's still banged up.
Yeah, he still got that shoulder injury. Yeah, but either way, I think Cleveland's gonna wipe the floor with Indy. But I think they might make it a game.
I think they make it a game.
Yeah.
Next up, I got. I'll say that one for last. I got the Vikings versus the Seahawks. That just seems like it's gonna be a good game.
Hard hitting.
Yeah, Minnesota's a team that we got on the watch. So they're always going to be up there for me because I'm watching them all year. Seattle still got things to prove, things to brush up on. So it seems like it'll be a good game. So I just want to see what happens in that game.
Yeah, and there's more to see from DK Metcalf, so I'm excited about that. And then I got Dallas versus the Rams. You know, with the drama being had, you know, got to see how the backups do to see what's there for Dallas in the long run. So I want to see what their backup quarterback looks like. And then the Rams, you get to see a little bit of Blake Bortles because he'll finally get some play time. I think this could be an exciting game.
My next up will be the 49ers versus Broncos. 49ers came out with that power last week. I want to see if they continue on with it.
Yes.
Broncos is always going to be the Broncos. They're always going to be a team that's going to be, they're like the weather. One day they're hot, one day they're cold. So you never know what you're going to get out of them. So I'd rather see that game that's going to be like a power game.
All right. Well, there you go. There you have it for that. And then I forgot previously to mention my upset of the week. You was right about yours. We were both right. Miami did beat Atlanta, so that was a nice little upset of the week.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, good job indeed. Who's going to be your upset this week?
My upset of the week this week. I like the Bears versus the Giants. They have the Giants giving the Bears 2 points. So I'm looking at the Bears to beat up on them.
All right, and I went with Atlanta versus the Jets. The Atlanta lost last week to Miami. I think the Jets are a better team.
They lost a week before to
and they lost. They're on a losing streak. So therefore, I think they're going to continue this losing streak, and I think the Jets are going to want that comeback victory. So I think that will be the upset. All right, now we have to move on to our top 10 picks of the week. So if you are bettors and you're looking for some sure picks, look no other than the Endzone and AC and Craig's pick. I think I went first last time. I'm going to hand the reins over to you this time.
So you want me to go straight to my
straight through your picks.
So I got Eagles versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville is giving the Eagles 3 points. I like Jacksonville that game. The Bengals versus the Redskins. The Redskins is giving the Bengals 3.5 points. I go with the Redskins on that one. Carolina versus Buffalo. Carolina is giving Buffalo 3 points. I like Carolina right there. The Bears versus the Giants. I already put them as my upset of the week because the Giants is giving the Bears 2 points. I don't feel they should give them no points. Patriots versus the Titans. Patriots is giving the Titans 2.5 points after what the Patriots did last week, putting up a 31-3 blowout. I think they're going to blow out the Titans too. 49ers versus the Broncos. The Broncos is giving the 49ers 2 points. I like the 49ers there. Cowboys giving the Rams 2.5 points. I like the Rams right there over the Cowboys because Cowboys shouldn't be giving nobody points right now. The Lions versus the Texans. The Texans is giving the Lions 4.5 points. That's a lot of points, 5 points, damn near. But after what I saw out of the Lions last week, I like Texans.
Yes.
even though they play versus the Pats, but still. Chiefs versus the Steelers. The Steelers is giving the Chiefs -1 point. I like the Steelers' backup quarterback, so I'm going to go with the Steelers in that one. But if it was regular season, I'll pick the Chiefs. And then the Vikings is -4.5 points to Seattle. Like I said, 4.5 points is always a lot of points in preseason, but I go with the Vikings in that one.
All right, nice. All right, so my picks of the week. First game, I have Eagles versus the Jaguars. And even though I'm really high on the Jaguars, I believe that the Eagles take this game.
Ooh, let me put a star next to that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be one to talk about. You went against me there.
I like the Eagles, man. I like the Eagles. I'm more of a favorite of the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I do think the Eagles can take this. Then, I already told you, Jets versus Atlanta. Jets are my upset of the week. They take Atlanta out, knock them down another peg, and send them with 0 wins in 3 weeks. Following it up, where I was actually surprised that you said this, Cincinnati going up against the Redskins. I do not believe the Redskins win any games against anybody throughout all the way to week 17. I don't believe the Redskins can get a victory this season, so I have to go with Cincy. Next on the list, I have to also agree with you on this one. Chicago versus the Giants. I don't know how the Giants ever give anybody points throughout the remainder of the season. Possibly when they do face the Redskins, maybe they do give points, but Chicago is too dominant to not win this game. Once again, we'll go with Miami and the Bucks. And Miami has been looking real good in the preseason game they just played. They're doing well, so I'm gonna roll with Miami and say that they run over the Bucks. Cleveland versus Indiana. Even though I think this is gonna be a good game, I think Cleveland is gonna run away with it. Then with the Texans and Detroit, I agree with you as well. Detroit didn't show me anything that made me think that they could win this game. The Texans showed me a lot in this past preseason game, so I got to go with the Texans. After that, you have New England versus Tennessee, and I am never, ever going to go against my boys, so therefore New England takes this game. San Fran versus Denver. I like what you said. San Fran puts it on them. They've been playing really well, and I want them to continue this success. And then finally, Oakland versus Arizona. I bet against Arizona last week. I don't want to make that mistake again this week. Kyler Murray did look really good, so I have to go with Arizona taking the victory. And that is our top 10 picks of the week. So call your bookie, make sure you make your picks, and then don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, and then tip us. Because eventually this ain't going to be free. Right now you're getting it for free. Once you realize we're making the right picks.
You're getting free game.
Yeah. Right now you're getting the freebies, but, dealers only give it out for free for so long. Now we're going to move on to the top 3 plays of the week. We each have our own, but where we do share a similar opinion is Damon Shahi Giuseppe with it was a punt return, right? Or was it a kickoff return?
Punt return.
Punt return, taking it all the way to the house.
86 yards.
86 yards to the house. That is beautiful. That gets you your rookie contract, and that puts you on special teams. Well done. What do you think?
What I love about it the most is his story.
Okay.
How he was a guy. Do you hear this?
I haven't heard a story. I'm excited.
So he was a guy who went to like JUCO, junior college.
Yeah.
Played there. I think he got he played in college for like 1 year at a small school. Mm-hmm. He like lied his way into a Browns tryout.
Wow.
Slept outside the gym. Working out every day outside the Browns facility. He lied to get in there, got in there, and then this happened. So it's like he was a guy that had nothing besides the clothes on his back. And then he gets his first opportunity in this game. They put him out there, and then he ran back a kick return 86 yards. So it's more to him just being a rookie because he was someone that was undrafted. Nobody was looking at him. Unthought of. He was just playing just to play because the Browns just threw him out there, and now he ran back that kick return. Now it's like, the punt return, now it's like, whoa. We can use him in other positions. But the thing that inspired me the most about it is just that you got a guy who struggled to get to where he's at, and then like how happy the team was for him. Like they all ran off the sideline. All of them met him in the end zone when he scored. And that just like gave me chills and goosebumps to be like, yo, he gives people out there hope. Like, when you see someone that's undrafted, wasn't thought of, like, that gives you hope to keep the grind going when you're playing football, you're playing basketball and anything. Yeah. And then it's like, for that, the whole moment itself, it was just amazing that that happened for a guy like him.
And, I mean, also, like, hats off to the Browns to, like, say, you know what? Yeah, we see you're dedicated. We see what you're doing out here. Like, okay, we'll give you a shot. Come in, come practice with us, you know, and then we'll see what happens when we give you a shot. And, you know, to get an opportunity and to make the most of it has to be the greatest feeling. So knowing that, I'm glad that you found this story and that you shared it that way.
The craziest thing is he didn't even have cleats. His cleats had a hole in them, and OBJ gave him his cleats.
What?
So he did it in the. If you look at it, he got like the supreme version of the OBJ cleats. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
So wow, this is an amazing story. It makes me now I'm rooting for the guy.
Yeah.
Now I want to see him succeed, and it would be great to find out that he ends up being, you know, one of the premier return men in the league, or whatever turns out from this. To know that he didn't give up on himself, he didn't give up on his dream.
Give him a little contract.
Yeah. His contract's gonna be small, you know, but. To play in the NFL where there was seeming to be no hope, you know, you're happy making $35,000 a year just to play in the NFL. So hats off to Damon Sheehy Giuseppe. You know, keep on digging.
Keep digging.
All right. Next for me is backup quarterback Easton Stick. Never heard of this guy before in my entire life. Did not know who he was, and then all of a sudden he hikes the ball, takes off through the defense, cuts through the middle, and runs it in for like a 25-yard touchdown. And I mean, boy had wheels on him. I don't know if you saw this play, but I'm not even going to lie. I didn't watch the game. I was watching highlights. Boom, I popped this highlight on. First thing I realized is this dude just taking off. And I'm like, man, I got to look this guy up. And I was just impressed, you know. I don't know how good he is as a backup. I don't know what he's going to do, but that was an impressive play to me.
So my next up wasn't a play in particular. It was just a player, and that was Daniel Jones going 5 for 5, 87 yards and a TD.
Yes.
I'm not saying that I like the guy.
I hear you.
Because I never said I liked the guy.
Correct.
But I was last week, if you want to play back, I did say that's why I had the New York Giants versus the New York Jets game, because I wanted to see what he was going to do. And seeing what he did makes me feel like there is a God, due to the simple fact is, get Eli out of there.
Yes.
You know, so I just want to, that QB1 battle just became stronger, because the simple fact is, he didn't, I can't say
real.
Yeah. I can't sit here and say that he did anything impressive, like that you would be like, oh, like, no, it was none of that. But he did look sharp. Yeah. And that's what I like
and that's important. You know, like, we know in the preseason, you're not going up against the best of the best.
Yeah.
You're going up against guys who are trying to earn contracts.
Absolutely.
From whatever team is paying attention to them. It might not even be the team they're on, but they're trying to get a contract. And yeah, so that means that they're playing as best they can, but at the end of the day, they're not, it's not all NFL players out there. It's NFL prospects. So, but even still, you still have to perform against guys trying to tear your head off.
Facts.
And so, yeah, I think that it made the competition real, and it looks promising for the Giants. So I like that. For me, next was the likes of Mac Wilson from the Cleveland Browns. First off, catches a pick six right off Dwayne Haskins, making him look ever so terrible. Runs it back for a touchdown, and then grabs another one for good measure. You know, didn't get to return it for a touchdown, but we're not going to hold that against you, Wilson. I'm impressed. You know, anytime the Cleveland Browns, who is a team I've obviously shown a lot of love for, can make their defense look better, I'm happy about that. So Mac Wilson is looking like a force to be reckoned with, and you got to say something for 2 picks and 1 touchdown.
He was eating, and it's not, well, people don't like. I don't know if you realize this, but he's a linebacker.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was a linebacker with 2 picks, and he also had a couple good plays, like run stop plays, or made a guy cut back. So like I was watching him, I was like, wow. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Pick sixes don't happen that much for linebackers. That's why he's saying, like, he's a linebacker. Like, yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But this guy's a rookie, and he's catching a pass off of a first-round draft pick quarterback. Like, that's tough.
So next, I went with David Montgomery from the Chicago Bears.
Yes.
He had 46 yards off of 6 carries and a TD. And if he had, like, say if he had 20 carries, he was going for 250 plus. He just looked like he was, like,
he looked a lot better than I expected.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. He was I saw his highlight reels, the highlight reels of that game, and he was putting it on him.
Yeah.
So.
And that was good that he, like, anytime you get 6 touches and you got 46 yards and a touchdown in the NFL.
Yep. That gets you your contract. That gets you, you get you noticed.
Yeah.
Get you high-level fantasy draft pick.
It's like almost 7-8 yards a pop.
Yeah.
You know.
This kid is good. He's definitely looking like the future of the run game in Chicago. All right, now we're gonna go with the top rookie of the week. Who you got?
Well, I went with my guy Kyler Murray.
Absolutely, you did.
And the only reason why I say this is because he went 6 for 7 for 44 yards. But not only that, he just looked so comfortable. People are always just like, oh, look at his size, this and that. He had nice zip on the ball. The balls was coming out nicely. There was one play where he got sacked, but he also, like, dropped to the ground to avoid the big hit getting sacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, using smartness.
That's intelligent football.
There was one time he was pushed out the pocket and scrambled for a few yards.
I was gonna mention it.
Yeah, so he looked like he was on it. He had the wheels going. So, like,
and another one where he ran out the pocket and then hit the
on the dime.
Yeah. Whoa.
So for me, that's why I picked him as my player of the week, just because he almost gave me the Vic feel. Like, he had that swagger with him. He was throwing great balls. He was not taking big hits. He was getting out the pocket when he needed to. He scrambled when he wanted to. And that time when he scrambled, you see what he did? Ran right out of bounds.
Yep.
Didn't take that hit.
Nope.
And these are things that me and you talked about since day one on what he has to do to be a good quarterback in the league. And not only be a good quarterback, but only to keep his
longevity.
Health. Longevity. Yeah. So that right there showed me that whoever's teaching him over there, they're teaching him the right way.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the table this year. Like, that made me excited on what he did.
And I couldn't agree more. Like, I am excited for Kyler Murray. Like, I never wasn't, I don't think I was ever like a complete disbeliever. I still don't know if #1 overall was accurate. But I will say that he's shown me more, I think more than anybody else, that he's ready for the NFL. My rookie pick of the year happened to also be Daniel Jones. 5 for 5, 80-plus yards and a touchdown was impressive. Plus the fact that I hate Eli Manning, so seeing someone who can take that position away from him is great news for me. But on a football note and fan note, you're right. He was just really crisp with his passes, really poised in the pocket. I really liked him, and I think that he could be the future of this franchise.
Absolutely. And now you know that's what they're, and you know, if like for Giants fans, they should feel happy with that, because there's one or two ways that you can handle this. You can throw him out there to take Eli's spot, which won't end well because it's Eli Manning that he's going to take his spot. Yeah. Or you can let him marinate and let him keep on getting better, and then next year he can come out and be like the man. I personally, I like option 2 the best, because you bring him out right now, he don't have much in the way of weapons. Yes. So if you can wait till next year, get him some talent to throw the ball to. You got the run game, you got a tight end, you do have a #2 wide receiver. Yep. But get that #1 guy and bring Daniel Jones in next year. I think Daniel Jones shouldn't play before week 10. If he playing week 10, just let him get a feel for the game. I think that's okay. But I definitely think they should ride out Eli Manning to the end and let him just go out with a dump. Yeah. I want him to have the worst year of his career. All right, now we got to go with worst rookie
of the week, and I know for a fact we have the same. Who is it?
Dwayne Haskins.
Yes.
Bro.
What, three INTs? One of them being two. No, I mean, my bad. Yeah, no, and 3 interceptions. He got intercepted twice by Wilson, but he also got intercepted by Greedy.
Oh yeah, Greedy Williams did pick him off.
Yes, 3 picks. Yes.
Yeah, damn.
That's terrible.
Greedy Williams def got him.
I
like Greedy Williams too.
I like Greedy Williams. He's not much about like tackling, but he's a good defender. But
you threw 2 picks to a linebacker.
Yes.
How's that so? Like, quarterbacks make a mistake one time throwing it to a linebacker. I could see if it was vice versa. Greedy Williams had 2 picks, 1 for a touchdown, and then Wilson had 1 pick. But you threw 2 picks to a linebacker. That's not good.
And that means linebacker.
Yeah, and that means you're short arming your throws. That means that power that you have with your throws in college, you're short arming them in the NFL, because that's the only way you throw interceptions to a linebacker, is when you're short arming it or you're trying to squeeze it in the smallest window possible. Is the only way. But yeah, it was embarrassing to see him do that, because you speak highly of him, and like I told you, I think he's another one that's average guy. But now it just put him from, if he was QB2 to QB3, QB4.
Oh, he's QB3 right now.
Yeah, so
at the very least, he's QB3.
And I was hoping to see him this year in action, but I don't think we'll see him this year.
No, to be honest with you, I was not hoping to see him this year.
Yeah, you didn't want them to play.
I don't want him to play. For the same reason I don't want Daniel Jones to play. They do not have the weapons. You're going to do exactly what you did to Deshaun Kaiser, and you're going to destroy their confidence. Like, this was a confidence breaker. Like, he just got. The fact that he didn't get drafted at number 6, like, he just proved why he wasn't supposed to. Yes. He just told the entire country, yes, the Giants made the right decision to pass on me.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of football left.
Well,
he's going to get time. So
of course, but
he got time to bounce back.
People got short memories, though.
Yeah.
And they see what they see. And right now they saw, wow, like, if you're not like us and you don't know football, right? Like, if you just watch football for the fun of it, you're like, yo, that dude sucks.
Yeah, for now.
If you didn't watch the draft, you didn't know nothing about these two guys, you'd be like, wow.
Next game, Daniel Jones could throw for 2 picks, and he can throw for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Then their stats is even now.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That's why you're a fan and I'm the player, because at times fans get too caught up into one game.
Yep.
Like, no, it's a long season. That matters about stats. You always see me, I come here all the time, stats. Because stats mean more. Like, as a running backs, I like to follow
overall.
Yeah, I like to follow fumbles. How many fumbles this guy has? Because normally, if you're a running back, you shouldn't be fumbling the ball. If you're a quarterback, yeah, you get sacked, but let me see your interception to touchdown ratio. That means more to me. So right now he got 3 interceptions to 0 touchdowns, so he got to work on that ratio to get it back up. You know, because those are tough things that works on your QB percentage. Yeah. Those are things you look at when you're picking a fantasy team, when you're talking about how good this player is. Like, you got to think about things like that all the time, and that's why it's so tough for like guys like Eli Manning and those type of guys, because their touchdown to interception ratio is just about even. You know what I mean? And
that's the worst.
That's the worst.
It's even.
Yeah. And then you got guys like Drew Brees and Tom Brady, whose touchdown to interception ratio is like
night
triple.
And day.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it's night and day.
Triple touchdowns compared to interceptions, like, you know. But so for the fans out there and some players who don't pay attention to those are the things you got to talk about when you're having a conversation with your friends and you're having arguments on why you feel like, oh, this person's better than that person's better than that person. You got to hit them with the stats. Stats means everything. Overall stats means everything. Yep. You can't pick a fantasy team with a quarterback that got 20 interceptions and only threw for 10 touchdowns. Then that means that quarterback ain't getting no fantasy points.
Nope.
You can't get a fantasy running back that fumbles the ball 8-9 times in a season. That means he gonna take a hit, and that hit the defense can scoop and score, and then now he can have from +8 to -15 real quick. Like, those things all mean something when you're talking football, and that's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to, is the statistics of the game.
Exactly.
You know?
So, yeah, we do have to wait to see what more happens with Dwayne Haskins, but this definitely showed me that, you know, at least for this game, he wasn't ready.
Yeah, humble pie.
Yeah.
Humble him up.
And yeah, he probably did need some of that. All right, now on to the last bit of news that I think we have a good amount to say is the topic of AB. AB starts off, appealing his the helmet rule that they've known about for 2 years, that it was going to happen. They knew it was going to happen earlier, and I understand the whole situation. They're trying to keep people safe, but a lot of people aren't happy about it. Him being at the top of the list, and he said he was not only not going to play, but that he'd be willing to retire over the helmet rule. And then the appeal happens, and he loses.
And now he's at practice today.
And now he's at practice today. You know what? I honestly believe this, that AB, and I think in some ways I think it's smart. He just wants the attention.
Yes.
Because attention means endorsement.
And that's how he gets his
And
money.
that's how he gets paid. So where some people think he's acting like a diva, he's just bringing attention onto him so that he's being paid attention to, and that means
wide
dollars.
receiver. All wide receivers is divas.
Yeah.
Number one thing.
Yeah.
And the thing like this is that if you know Brady and Aaron Rodgers wasn't able to keep their helmets, then they definitely let you keep your helmet.
Damn right.
Brady's still uncomfortable with his helmet right now.
He doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it. But I remember, like, even when I was like in high school and college, your helmets get refurbished. That's what they call it, refurbished every year. Whereas, like, they buff them up, they repaint them,
And they maybe repad the inside.
Yeah, repad the inside for concussion protocol. And some of them don't pass the inspection, and they all got to get inspected. And when they fail the inspection, then they get rid of that helmet. And yes, being a player, you're comfortable with a helmet. I've been there, done it. There's helmet.
How serious is that? Like from a player standpoint, wearing your helmet,
It's serious because of this. Like when you have a new helmet, some of them don't feel right on your head, and it's almost like a fitted hat. Like you want your hat to fit you right.
Yep.
So your helmet is your hat. If your hat fits you right, then you feel good. You feel
it's
not
right.
wiggly.
You feel right.
It's nice and tight. Like when you're taking hits in the head, it's saving you from concussions. You never heard AB be out with concussions.
Yeah.
You didn't hear what Brady, has he been out with a concussion?
I don't think he's ever been out with a concussion.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like those old school Rydell helmets was made good, and Scott's helmets was made good. So it's like that type of thing. That's the best way to put it. Like you don't want a loose fitted hat. You want it to be tight, fit right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but with AB, like you said, everybody thinks that he's the biggest diva in the world, which he is, but they don't realize he's one of the richest guys in the NFL. So it's like his money's rolling in regardless.
Exactly. And he knows how to keep that. I don't believe that, what happened on the Steelers was real. But all the other drama around AB, it's all premeditated.
It's not bad drama.
It's not bad drama.
Like Steelers, he had bad drama.
Yeah.
And the Raiders, they had drama about his feet. Well, he had frostbites, bro. What are you going to do about that? Now it's drama about the helmet. He knew that helmet wasn't good, but that's just buying him more time for his feet to heal. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
He knew
now he got more time for his feet to heal, so he don't have to go out there and practice and force it.
Yeah.
Let me stay off my feet and get my feet right. So let me just rock this out. He knew but the thing is, what people don't realize is this. As much you're a fan and you love football, I'm a player that loves football. As much as a diva that he is, the game of football needs him.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? And it's like, if he was to retire, that's bad. That's bad for the NFL.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? He still got like 4 more years before he's on his way out.
Favorite wide receiver. Yeah. I love watching AB. If I found out he retired, I'd be sad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think I have a good comparison. It's like the difference between him retiring and like the likes of Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson, at the time, best wide receiver in the NFL. But I feel like his retirement didn't have anywhere near the effect that AB's would.
Exactly.
Because like Calvin Johnson kept to himself. Like he's great, but outside of the field, you know nothing about him. AB, you kind of have an idea what's going on. I know of at least one video chick he was hooking up with, and like
you can watch his Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It keeps you all involved in the loop of his everyday life, and it's like you can say what you want about the man, but we need him.
Exactly.
Like, not saying we as me being a Raiders fan, we as fans and athletes of the game of football.
Yeah.
kids mimic that. Everything he does. You get what I'm saying? And it's like,
and it brings more fans to the game because even though, you know, he's what, 30 years old, he's still in the trends and all that stuff. Like
people want to see what he's wearing, the jewelry that he's rocking,
in a helicopter,
hot air balloon.
Yeah,
like he's basically, you know who he is right now? He is the modern day Deion Sanders. That's exactly who he is. He's primetime at his finest. You get what I'm saying? Like, primetime didn't care.
Yeah.
Primetime was talking. He had 15 gold rope chains. He had, like you said, video vixens. He had 2 live crew with him everywhere he went. He had MC Hammer. Like,
exactly.
Primetime was hip hop. He brought hip hop to the NFL. You get what I'm saying? Like, Allen Iverson brought hip hop to NBA. So when you see a guy like AB, he's on the same level as those guys. Whereas
100%.
we need him. We need that attention. We need that divaness. Like without him, like the NFL's boring.
You have to get these young kids that, you know, might not necessarily into sports, but they like that clowning around type of stuff. They like that fun stuff, and he brings that element. He's not afraid to be different, like dyeing his mustache blonde and stuff. Like he's with that type of stuff, and he brings that dynamic to the game. And yeah, I 100% think that you cannot lose AB right now, and he definitely is that guy. You know, we don't have a lot of those guys in the NFL. He's definitely at the top of the level. I think Odell Beckham's another one of those guys who brings.
The thing is now is AB is like the #1. I give him the #1 entertainer in the NFL right now. OBJ was close with him, but now since he's been in Cleveland, he's been quiet. You don't really see too much about him.
He's settling himself down.
But what people don't realize is this: AB's in an old organization with the Oakland Raiders. He's with an old school coach, which is John Gruden. They don't play those type of games. You get what I'm saying? So if he was doing anything to cross the line, John Gruden don't play that. He's gone. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things that they think that he's doing wrong, that ain't no effect to the Oakland Raiders. You get what I'm saying? Like the helmet, all right, what they say, oh, we support you. They knew what it was. They knew he wasn't getting that approved. Because
they probably
every time he brought his old helmet, they had the equipment manager taking it from him. And then let him take the field with that old helmet. So he never even wore that old helmet because the equipment manager took it every time. So the only thing that they was concerned about which was his feet. Well, like, what's going on with your feet? And then they came out that it was frostbite from the ice machine or whatever like that. Cryo machine. That. So it's like, okay, now we know what's the problem. So what we have to do to get his feet right. And once his feet right, he good.
And that's what's important. We, you know, because I like you showed me like that looked nasty, and we thought it was blisters, and ended up being frostbite. But it didn't look good. Just breaking off, yo. So we hope that he gets healthy from that. And it looks like time is getting low on us, so we definitely want to nip this up. So as always, make sure you're checking us out on YouTube, Gym Bag Entertainment. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate your support. We love your support, and we need your support. We need them views, and we need them shares. Also, check out Gym Bag Entertainment on Facebook. Check out GymBag_ENT on Instagram. Check out #GymENT on Twitter. And just, you know, check us out on our personal pages. If you have anything that you'd like to see us talk about, if you have anything you disagree or agree with, parts that you love that you just want to let us know about, we'd love to hear it. We're doing everything we can possible to make this thing grow. Like I said, we're adding to our organization. We're bringing on new shows. We have a wrestling show and a hip hop show on its way. So there's always going to be content coming from us. We are serious about this.
And think about it. I post a video, so when you see me post a video, you watch it, put a comment below. Let us know things that we did good, things that we did bad, things that we can improve on, and we try to work on it.
That's how we figure that stuff out. People tell us something that they saw, and then we try to improve upon it. You know, we might watch the video and think everything's great, but you might see something that we don't see.
Absolutely.
If you see something, let us know. We would love your help.
Love it.
Be part of it. And also, once the season starts, I think we're excited to possibly be having guests on the show.
Yes, we're gonna welcome a few guests on the show.
I have people asking me all, hey, we're gonna be on the show. If you are interested, hit us up.
Hit us up.
Let us know. And if there's a day that we have a slot open for you, we'll bring you on.
More than welcome.
Absolutely. We're all about the love.
All about the love.
All right, with that being said, that's that time we have. So until next week, we'll see you in the end zone. Have a good night.